medical students applying into anesthesiology. I'm gonna go ahead and share with you some of the behind the scene things about how they're picking applicants. Signals are super important. So we get the 15 signals in anesthesia. So my program, because they got so many people applying to it, they're going to use the signals as really a way to filter out people. Pull from the gold and silver applicants before going to people who didn't send signals to the program. So the second thing is the step scores really do matter for applying into anesthesia. It's used in conjunction with the signals. So let's say that you're someone who sent in a gold or silver signal to a program. If you don't meet the kind of the minimum step score cutoff, it doesn't matter if you sent them a gold signal, they're probably not going to send you an invite. So if you meet both of those two criteria, you can pass kind of through the first hurdle. So if you send a signal and your step score is like good enough, still in the running for getting a position there. I'm not saying that this is true for every program, but it's probably true for the majority of programs. Third thing that I learned is you definitely have to be careful with what you post online, whether that's the Discord, whether that's on Reddit, or whether that is on Student Doctor Network, because programs do have spies inside of there. For instance, like they have their own residents in there, kind of, just keeping an eye, and if they see their program's name pop up, they might take special notice. And so the fourth thing that I learned is that recommendations from residents to the program directors actually do play a pretty significant role. So basically the way that it works is if a resident at the program was to recommend, word of mouth, kind of tell the program director like, hey, I think so-and-so candidate's like a good candidate. More often than not, program directors will actually take the time to, look up that candidate, see what they are about. But just because you're getting recommended by a resident doesn't necessarily mean that you're guaranteed an interview. Everyone you interact with during interview day is involved with the ranking process. The residents, the program director, and every interviewer you had. Because the programs, when they actually go to rank people, they're going to ask the collective opinion. So after interview day, they're going to ask everyone kind of what they thought and the overall vibe of what the candidate was. And that does include the residents from the meet and greets. So I would go ahead and treat the meet and greets as if they're part of the interview, and treat the entire interview process and everyone there equally as valuable as each other. So I know that's a lot of information. I hope that helped. If you want to see the life of an anesthesia resident, go ahead, drop me a follow. I'm going to be sharing a lot more of that.